Hi, YouTubers. My name is Jacquee. Um, Actually, you could say Jackie for short. Today is February 10th, 2012, and I just want to come on here and give like a brief summary on my journey on hormone replacement therapy. I started the actual process with the whole testosterone blockers on January 21st. 2011, and the doctor prescribed me 100 milligrams of Spiro, which are my testosterone blockers. Then he gave me, oh no, these are the wrong ones. Oh yeah, I'm on 2 milligrams of estradiol, and oh god, my back is killing me. Oh, I have to fix myself. Sorry. Okay, so I'm on 2 milligrams of that, and also, let me not forget my Proscar. I'm on 5 milligrams of that. Now, have I seen any changes? Well, yeah, I've seen some minor changes. And I guess it's like other people that are close to you might see them because I have a couple of people telling me that my skin looks softer. But I will say something. My pores are tighter. My skin has been glowing and it's even. Oh, and I'll wake up and I'll look so beautiful when I get up in the morning, you know. And I guess that's also the fact that I'm doing what I want to do and I'm happy because I'm doing it and I finally decided to start the process. I'm not procrastinating no more. So I'm actually doing it. So I think a lot of that has a lot to do with it. As far as other body changes, my breasts seem like they're not hurting yet because I think they were supposed to be tender. I'm not experiencing tenderness. I mean, I had some kind of breasts before I even started the whole hormone replacement therapy. But they look plumper. And even some of the girls are like, they're looking a little plumper and perkier. It's like they're saying hello, you know. So I'm happy about that. Um, what else? That's about it. That's about it. As far as the mood changes, the doctor told me, and I had to ask him this question because I kept hearing about the whole roller coaster process when you're on these hormones. Some people tell me, listen, you'll go through your roller coaster, but the doctors tell me that this is more of an 80% of it is mental. So it's like if I give you a placebo pill and I tell you by taking this, you're going to feel X, Y, and Z, most likely you're going to believe that because I'm giving you a pill that actually has no effect or what I told you. But if you believe what I said and correlate with those pills, of course you're going to feel that way. I think my mood swings, because I'm moody anyway. I was going through that prior. But I do notice that when I do go through my moods, I do notice that I'll have like a high euphoria of happiness. Then there are times I'm sensitive, period, but I've noticed I start crying. As far like if I see a movie or I hear a song, I start to cry. I mean, I get really teary eyed. Um, but I don't want to place all that on the pills and say, oh well, the hormones are doing this, because it could be just be me. Um, but I will say that I'm happy because I'm doing this. I could also say that um, I'm in the process of beginning my truth. And I think that's so important when you're living your truth because you don't have time to live other people's truths or ideologies of what they think you should be. Because when you do that, you're not going to be a happy person. And I'm pretty sure that person won't be happy with you being who you are because they're probably not happy with their life because they're not living their truth. So you ain't got no choice but to live your truth. Okay? And I think that's important. And I think that it took me such a long time to finally come to this conclusion that I need to do this because I always felt different as a child. I knew there was something a little bit more. I mean, I know I like boys, and I was a little boy, but I like to put on women's clothes, and I felt differently. I didn't like anybody making any kind of saying any kind of wanting me to do anything that guys do, like playing football or the typical. I always wanted to do what the females want to do, and I wanted to feel. I felt feminine, and I'm like, there's some a little bit more going on here. There's a little bit more going on here, and here it is in 2012. I'm doing me. I can't make other people happy. Not everybody's gonna like what I do. But to come to my surprise, I have more support than I realized from people, especially from family members. A couple of weeks ago, I went to do the name change, and I'm starting that process now to do it legally. And I told my cousin of mine, she came with me, and that meant a lot because I'm like, wow, you came with me. And then we had lunch, and then we went to Starbucks. We were walking around this New York City, and it was great. And I told her she has no idea how much this means to me. And I guess because she wants to she's supportive, she's open minded, and she wants to share this journey with me. And I'm so grateful for that. It's good to have a support system. You know, there are stories of transgenders that don't have a support system. And I could just imagine how hard that is. Because we have it hard. We do have it hard. We already face discrimination from the outside world. And when you don't have anyone that you can lean on, I know how that feels because I know how it feels when you feel like you have no one to talk to. You feel isolated and no one that you could share your thoughts with because nobody understands and people are quick to be judgmental. I know how that feels. I know the loneliness and the frustration of that. So to have actually no one at all, but come to realize there's more support out there than you think. You do have support groups depending on where you are. I would definitely go and Google support groups for transgenders depending on which state you're in. I mean, in New York, if you're in New York, you're definitely going to find a lot of support. You're definitely going to find a lot of support, and the support is here. And you could sit in groups and talk to other transgenders who could share your thoughts and your feelings, people who probably been there already. And let's say you're in the beginning process, they've been there, so they could understand what you're going through. So I've been doing this now. I would say actually for since December because I have a friend of mine who's transgendered, and she gave me some pills. Now I don't recommend anybody do anything without consulting a doctor. I took a chance. I was a little nervous, but I know she's someone I could definitely trust. Um, but I definitely recommend that you see a doctor before you're doing anything. Before you do anything, you have to see a doctor, see a therapist. I think those are important, very important through your process. They're very important in the process because you want to make sure that this is exactly what you want to do. And they also want to make sure that there's no psychological that you're not a person that want to hurt themselves because and you're not suicidal or anything like that. And if this is what you really want to do in your heart, there's no doubt in your mind. Nobody could tell you because when I went to the therapist, I was like, no, this is what I want to do. This is who I am. This is how I feel. And it's good to know that I had that support and had that resource and those and that networking. Um, it made it made it easier for me, and it's good if you know people that are also transgender. But for those who don't know people, and you have a computer, and if you could get to a computer, Google support groups. Um, I'm noticing that, well, I was talking about the physical changes. My pores are tighter. My pores are tighter. My skin is going, and my skin is even. It's even toned, and I'm like, wow. My roommate and a couple of other friends are like, wow, your skin looks really softer now. As far as the other body changes, as far as my breasts, like I said, I had breasts before, but they look more plump. They look more plump and perky. And I'm just happy. And basically, I just wanted to bring everybody up to date and welcome you into the world of Jacquee and share my journey with you. And for those of you who are in the process or thinking about doing the process for themselves, remember one thing: you have to live your life, you have to be happy, and you cannot please everybody. And yes, not everybody. You may be lucky. You may have people that everybody around you might be supportive. Um, but you have to do you. You have to do you. So I'm gonna leave you guys now because it's like 3:43 in the morning, and I'm pretty sure you're like, well, why you be going so late? Well, I don't get home till like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning because I work like a late shift, 4 to 12 shift. But I just had to do this, and I just want to share this my journey with you guys. And please feel free to leave me your comments, questions, and we'll talk. Let's talk. So I hope you guys have a good morning because it's actually morning and I'm getting ready to go to bed. And ciao. And we'll talk soon. Okay? Mwah. Bye, love juices.